All the people that want to debate, call in. And for the people in the super chat, if y'all got any questions, just drop a super chat and we definitely talk about it. Now, on to the next topic, or the next round, I should say, Danny Garcia versus Pacquiao. How you see that fight playing? Now, is Manny Pacquiao picking up the phone calling AkHi, telling AkHi, I like what I see in Danny. I want Danny next. Or is he going to stick with Errol Spence? Based on what I saw, I think Pac-Man might make the call to fight Danny. What you think?
I think so. I think that call is... I think that's something that's always been on his speed dial, that Danny Garcia number, to go ahead and make that call. I think that with Pacquiao, even though Pacquiao doesn't fight on his toes as much, he still has good in and out, and as we saw against Thurman, so he can still do that. And with Danny, he has a slow plodding style, and I just see him kind of swinging at air a lot. So I remember a fight where, we kind of talked about it a little bit. Remember when he fought Eric Morales? And this was like an old kind of like 140 Eric Morales who really made his, kind of cut his tooth at 126.
Yeah, but he was on that forbidden fruit.
Yeah, he may have been, but at the same time,
he wasn't the same though.
I just remember him remember that first fight? I remember him making Danny Garcia miss a lot. Now the second fight, he wrecked him, Yeah. But like that first fight, I remember Eric Morales making him miss a lot. So if
he was making Danny look silly.
Yeah, he was making him. So I think Pacquiao could do a lot, and then could really like circle, and then I could just see Danny getting outboxed by a 40-something-year-old Pacquiao.
Yeah, Morales was marking and making fun of Danny Garcia during that fight. I mean, for a 40-year-old, I don't know how old is he in particular, but he was out of his weight division. Of course, he was fighting at 140, a weight division he didn't belong in. But at that time, Danny was just developing his confidence, and he was an
upstart.
Yeah, so. And Dante always say, he'd be stepping up to the level of his opposition for some reason. Now, in my opinion, Manny Pacquiao, how he looked against Keith Thurman, if he bring that same Manny Pacquiao, I will favor him. Yeah. And I know some people might be shocked, but you got to keep in mind, Manny footwork is superior compared to a Danny. Like, he will dance circles around him. He already has the faster hands. He already has power. That's the last thing you're going to lose. And then he got footwork on top of that. He going to be dancing around Danny Garcia. It's going to look like he's dancing with the stars instead of fighting Danny Garcia. Yeah. He going to look like he the Swift, because I remember when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, what Oscar was really shocked at, it was just how quick Manny Pacquiao was. Of course, hand speed wise, but not the hand speed. It was the quickness of his body, the way he get from one position to the other. I always say people get confused between smart footwork, intelligent footwork, and just athleticism with footwork. Manny has that crazy athleticism with footwork. Floyd, for example, on the other hand, he had that IQ footwork, but at the same time, he has smart footwork and gifted footwork. Manny has the gifted footwork. Sometimes he don't make the wisest decisions, but he just could get away with it because he's so athletic. But like I said, with Danny Garcia, the guy who's stuck in the mud, he's just going to be dancing circles around him. So that's why I said, if I'm Manny Pacquiao and I saw that, and I see Errol Spence being vulnerable, of course, after the car crash. On the other hand, Danny, the way he looked, he might be beatable, or at least is favorable to Pacquiao style. I think, in my opinion, Manny Pacquiao will take the route of Danny because he likes what he sees. Because if Errol Spence still the truth and he still come back the same, man, you don't want to end up like, what Keith Thurman told him he was going to do. Retire him, crucify him, because that's what Errol would do to a Manny Pacquiao if he's the same. I'm not trying to make excuses if they fight and Errol loses, but I'm just saying, if he the same, I just don't see Manny Pacquiao wanting any of that smoke, because he didn't want none of that smoke prior.
Yeah,
but
I don't think anybody in Manny Pacquiao's team would a healthy, young, strong Errol Spence.
But so based on that, you saying he will pick Danny?
I think he will pick Danny. I think there's a lot of unknowns right now with Errol Spence, and I think that Manny Pacquiao's thinking about, you know what, I could get in 2 paydays, almost guaranteed. Not guaranteed
so?
because he's like, well, I feel fully confident that I can outbox and outmaneuver Danny Garcia. And then that Errol Spence fight is always going to be waiting there after that.
No.
I still think that he can do it within 2020. Think about it. So right now it's January.
Yeah.
If Pacquiao fights Danny Garcia sometime in the summer, why not close out the year with fighting Errol Spence? I mean, that to me that looks good, and then that's gonna a lot of people. That's gonna quiet a lot of skeptics, and then if he goes out and takes out the young guns within the welterweight division, that's gonna open up a lot legendary of conversations.
Now, but first of all, let's get things in perspective. Manny does not have more than one fight great in him. I mean, I would love for Manny to fight forever, but Father Time is undefeated. Can he beat Bernard Hopkins? Bernard Hopkins started his pro career kind of late. He started boxing kind of late. Manny Pacquiao,
27 years old.
This is his 4th decade. That's legendary. He's been boxing for 25 years as a pro, I think, which is unheard of. Mm-hmm. So that being said, for him to be here and still be a champion, I just don't see him having 2 great performances left in him. It takes a toe out of you. So I think he either going to have 1 great performance against Danny Garcia or 1 good fight against Errol Spence where he will lose. Now on to the next round.
All right. So we want to get in a quick super chat from Randy Ridley. Shout out, man. Appreciate the love. And he says I've been subscribed since there was only 5 of us in the live stream. Keep up the good work, AkHi. Salute to you and the movement. Baby, Brooklyn.
Hi,
family,
Randy.
Appreciate it.
Hey, you already know when you from the same place, you could always relate because you could take somebody out of Brooklyn, but you can never take Brooklyn out of somebody when they leave Brooklyn. So that being said, appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it, Randy. Obviously, that's my hometown. That's where I was born. Always close to my heart. Appreciate it, Randy. So to wrap it up, appreciate y'all for tuning in. We had technical difficulties this episode. Obviously, we were supposed to be live yesterday, but YouTube part, they had a couple issues. I don't know what happened, but regardless of that, we are here today and we made it happen. Of course, subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't listen to these casual fans. Obviously, on Split Decision, we offer the book of the truth. So if you do open the book, that's what you get is actually, Split Decision, where we speak about the truth and nothing but the truth. So click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post or go live. Of course, to the left in the blue corner, no other than Professor Nim. To the right on the red corner is AkHi. Professor Nim, let us out.
Only thing I want to say is, if you real men out there, well, real men and women, is put your guns down, put your gloves up.
And
let's
that's
get
the
it,
theme
and we
of
out.
AkHi. So keep in mind that, like I said, all the Canelo fans, I want y'all to call in, man. We didn't get y'all to call in today. What's up? We want all the smoke, but we want all the love as well. Appreciate all my AkHis. I don't say this enough. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I truly mean it. And may Kobe Bryant rest in peace. Gigi, his daughter. I feel sorry for his family. My condolences goes out to them. And peace, and we out.
We out.